Chapter 13. Focused Smoking, Making Every Cigarette Count. There is a powerful tool you can use every single time you smoke or vape until the day you quit. It's called focused smoking. Once you understand it, you'll use it as your guide until you no longer need cigarettes at all. Your ability to quit depends on a few things: how important quitting is to you, how confident you are in your ability to stop, and your current motivation. When you understand those factors, it's much easier to see how successful you'll be. Recognizing your triggers. We all have triggers, things that make us want to reach for a cigarette. A trigger could be a place, a smell, a certain emotion, or even making phone calls. For example, if you always smoke while talking on the phone, the moment your phone rings, you might automatically reach for your cigarettes without thinking. But here's the good news. You can change that automatic response. The first step is to identify your triggers and write them down. Then come up with solutions to break the pattern. If the first solution doesn't work, try another one. If you feel stuck, ask someone for help. There's always a way to overcome those habits. Let's go back to the phone example. If you tend to smoke while on calls, set yourself up for success by keeping a pen and paper nearby instead. When the phone rings, instead of thinking, "Where are my smokes?" you can shift your mindset. Instead, think, "Great, I feel like a chat. I hope this is for me." Then as you talk, doodle or take notes instead of smoking. In a notebook or your journal, rule up a table to track your smoking habits in a way that helps you understand your triggers and mindset. At the top of the page, write the title, Focused Smoking Log. This will be your personal record as you work toward quitting. Now, divide the page into 5 sections with clear headings. They should be large enough to stand out so you can easily find and fill in the information. The first heading should be time and date. Each time you smoke, write down when it happened. This helps you recognize patterns in your smoking habits. Next, write trigger. This is where you note what made you want a cigarette. It could be stress, boredom, a specific place, or even certain people. The third, fourth, and fifth headings are importance, confidence, and motivation. You are familiar with these from the Readiness to Quit rating scale. The final heading is success rating. After rating importance, confidence, and motivation, add these scores together to calculate your success rating. This number will help you assess where you stand in your quitting journey and determine whether you need extra support or should avoid high-risk situations. Now, every time you smoke, fill out these sections honestly. Over time, this log will be a valuable tool to help you see patterns, recognize struggles, and improve your chances of quitting successfully. By tracking this information consistently, you'll gain more awareness, making it easier to understand your smoking behavior and find ways to break the habit. If your success rating score is below 10, you are in a high-risk period for smoking and you may want to be extra mindful of your surroundings. For example, if your score is 7, you might want to avoid a party where smoking and drinking are happening. If your score drops below 5, that's a sign to reach out for extra support from a counselor or trusted person. But the real key is to do more than just track these numbers. Use them to understand your mindset around smoking. See what patterns emerge and figure out how to manage your thoughts, self-talk, and behaviors around cigarettes. Using focused smoking the right way. This method isn't always comfortable, but it works. It helps you reduce the desire to smoke or vape by forcing you to engage with your habits differently. Take note of the times you feel the most vulnerable and plan strategies to get through them. And here's the most important part. You must fully commit to smoking every single time you smoke. No exceptions. That means no distractions, no socializing, and no sipping coffee while you smoke. Just smoke. No multitasking, no distractions. The next time you reach for a cigarette, follow this process. Stop everything else you're doing and go somewhere quiet. Think about why smoking indoors is banned. Consider the harm caused by secondhand smoke, not just to you, but to others. Look at the cigarette before lighting it. Understand that it's a drug delivery device, not your friend. Nicotine has physically changed your brain. Block out everything else and focus only on the act of smoking. Pay attention to how your body reacts. Feel the heat of the smoke and recognize it for what it is, a chemical reaction that makes cigarette smoke even more dangerous. Notice the taste, smell, and texture. Tell yourself the truth. I can taste the chemicals, and I don't like it. I don't want this smell in my hair, on my clothes, or in my breath. Keep focusing on every drag until you've finished the cigarette. Be completely present with your body and thoughts. Then don't just put the cigarette out. Stub it out with purpose. Say it out loud. I am becoming an ex-smoker. I will be free forever. Every time you smoke or vape between now and your quit date, follow this process and use your focused smoking log to track your thoughts. Many people who do this start wanting to quit before their scheduled date because they've become so aware of the reality of smoking. Monitoring your progress. If you follow this method, you'll likely start to notice a natural decline in the number of cigarettes you smoke or the number of pods you use. Keep track of your progress, but don't deliberately force yourself to cut down too quickly. Let it happen naturally. Studies show that people who reduce their cigarette intake by 60% experience the same cravings as those who quit completely, which is why focused smoking is designed to help you manage cravings the right way. Over time, you'll see that smoking becomes less appealing and the desire to be smoke-free grows stronger. This program is designed to ensure your brain gets the right information so that it can start repairing and recovering. Chapter Summary. Focused smoking helps you become fully aware of each cigarette or vape, making quitting feel more natural. Instead of smoking on autopilot, you begin to notice your thoughts, feelings, and physical reactions, making it easier to break the habit. The first step is identifying your triggers, whether it's stress, certain places, or familiar routines. Understanding what prompts your urge to smoke helps you replace old patterns with healthier responses. Tracking is essential. Each time you smoke, record when it happened, what triggered it, and how you felt about quitting. Your success rating, based on confidence, motivation, and importance, shows when you may need extra support. To monitor progress, create a simple graph showing how many cigarettes you smoke each day. This helps you notice a natural decline without forcing it. Focused smoking requires full commitment. Each time you smoke, do it with complete focus, no distractions, no multitasking. The more present you are, the less appealing smoking becomes. With every cigarette, remind yourself you are actively becoming an ex-smoker. Each focused moment moves you toward freedom, putting you in control of your thoughts, habits, and health.